Hello everyone, I am going to present on the topic ITR-2 and ITR-3 forms applicability. Income tax returns are mandatory to all the individuals and entities based on their income type and thresholds. ITR-2 and ITR-3 forms are basically applicable to the individuals and HUF. ITR-1, that is Sahaj form, is also applicable to the individuals and HUF. So when will this ITR-2 and ITR-3 applicability will arise? Let me give you the brief information regarding ITR-1 form. ITR-1 form is applicable to the resident individuals having income basically from 5 main sources, that is salary income, pension income, or income from other sources, that is interest or dividends, income from house property, that is mainly the rental income from only one house property. Then if you have capital gains, that is long-term capital gains up to rupees 1,25,000, you can file your income under ITR-1. So when these criteria are not met, then you will be eligible to file your return under ITR-2 or ITR-3 as applicable. Now let us know the applicability of ITR-2. ITR-2 is applicable if you are an individual or a HUF and you are getting income from salary or pension, income from multiple house properties, capital gains that includes both short-term as well as long-term, income from other sources such as interest, dividends, lottery winnings, etc., and foreign income or foreign assets. So when it will not be applicable, that is when you have income from PGBP. So let's all look into form ITR-2. This is part A, where you will have to fill certain general information such as your first name, your middle name, last name, PAN number, date of birth, your address. You have to give your information regarding the residential status. You have to give the information whether you are opting for 115 BAC or old tax regime. Further moving on, Schedule S is regarding your salary income, wherein you have to give information regarding the name of the employer, address of the employer, gross salary, wherein you have to fill certain amounts, that is salary as per section 17(1), perquisites, allowances, deductions, and then there is a standard deduction of 75,000 under new tax regime and 50,000 under old tax regime. Now you have to give information under Schedule HP, that is income from house property, wherein you have to give information regarding how many properties you are having, that is address of property 1, and it goes on property 2, property 3, and then any co-owners, their name also has to be mentioned. Then if there is any arrears or unrealized rent received, you have to mention it as well. Then Schedule CG, which is the income from capital gains, wherein you have to give information regarding the capital gains both short term as well as long term. From this year there is an amendment wherein after July 23, 2024, if you are having capital gains, you have to bifurcate them. The income that is capital gain that has arisen before July 23, 2024, you have to fill accordingly, and which capital gain has been incurred after July 23, 2024, it has to be recorded accordingly. So such bifurcation is provided in this. Based on that, the rates will be applicable. Schedule in OS, that is income from other sources, wherein you have to give information regarding the interest income you are earning, dividends received, any income in the nature of pass-through income or losses, income tax refund you have received, all those information has to be filled. If you are opting for old tax regime, there are certain deductions you can claim, and if you are opting for new tax regime, there is certain deductions which you can't claim. All the information that you have entered above will get auto-populated here, and the total income will be computed. At last, there is a verification wherein you have to give the declaration that all the information that is been entered by you is true to your knowledge. Now let's move on to ITR-3. Now let's understand what's the applicability under ITR-3. Individuals and HUFs having income from business or profession and where he is a partner in a partnership firm can file this ITR-3. So in addition to ITR-2, there is a business income wherein you have to file ITR-3. It includes salary and pension, income from house property, capital gains, which includes both short-term as well as long-term, and income from other sources, and presumptive income if you are not opting for ITR-4. So now let's see form ITR-3. Similar to ITR-2 form, there is part A wherein you have to fill the general information, the first name, middle name, address, PAN number, Aadhaar number, what you are opting for, whether it's 115 BAC or old tax regime. Moving further, there is only one addition, that is the PGBP income, wherein you have to disclose certain things. So here you have to mention the nature of business and the code you have to mention, and the description of the business has to be provided. Now in part A, there is a balance sheet wherein you have to fill certain information regarding the proprietor's capital, reserves and surplus, the loans, tax liability, advances, fixed assets. Those are assets wherein you have to provide the information. If you are into a manufacturing, you have to fill these information as well as, that is manufacturing account information. Then trading account information. The P&L, you have to provide the information regarding the rental income, commission, dividend income. All the information which is required to be filled under P&L have to be filled in. These are the additions to ITR form 2. Then all the requirements is same as ITR form 2. So now let's understand what are the documents required under both the forms. ITR 2, form 16, form 26 AS, AIS, TIS, property details, capital gain statements if it's applicable. ITR 3, all the documents as mentioned in ITR 2. In addition to this, as you're having the PGBP income, you may have to maintain books of accounts, balance sheet and P&L, details of debtors or creditors, GST returns if applicable. The points you have to remember is that if you're switching the forms, that is if you start a business or freelancing, you have to shift from ITR 2 to ITR 3. Audit requirements, ITR 3 may require tax audit under section 44AB. So due date for ITR filing, in case of non-audit, 31st July, in audit case, 31st October. So choice of correct ITR form. You always need to choose a correct ITR form, otherwise it may lead to serious compliance issues. Income tax department may treat the return as defective or invalid. Sometimes the deductions, refunds may not be allowed and penalties may be levied. So that's all from my end. Thank you.